do it all again.
Yeah, the universe is our playground. Every galaxy has their own sound. Come on, spaceman, take me to the stars. Come on, spaceman, I wanna fly on Mars.
Hey, hey, spaceman, I wanna see your hands. Come on, get up and dance. Hey, hey, spaceman, come take me up and dance. We do it all again.
Yeah, the universe is our playground. Every galaxy has their own sound. Come on, spaceman, take me to the stars. Come on, spaceman, I wanna fly on Mars. I wanna fly on Mars.
all this talk is crazy and you don't know what I need, does it really matter? Just as long as I believe I'm alive again. Though my heart is breaking, I will love again, stronger than before. I'm alive again, even if it takes a lifetime to get over you. And on and on, I remember. People never tell you the way they truly feel. I would die for you gladly if I knew it was for real. So if all this talk sounds crazy and the words don't come out right, does it really matter? If it gets me through this night, I'm alive. Cause I feel like it's something good. Tonight I do it all for love, I do it all for love. Try to leave, try to fight all the things inside my mind, but we all stay together. I try to push, try to pause, try to break us from the start, but I'll be yours forever. Oh, I will follow you through the dark, through it all. Nothing I can do, honey, I'm set on you. Cause if tomorrow is something good, tonight I do it all for love, I do it all for love. If you don't even know I could, tonight I do it all for love, I do it all for love. I'll get it out, find a way, make you feel like you can stay. I should've known better. Need your touch now and then. When it all comes back again, I know I'll know better. Oh, I will follow you through the dark, through it all. There's nothing I can do, honey, I'm set on you. Cause if tomorrow brings something good, tonight I do it all for love, I do it all for love. If you didn't know I could, tonight I do it all for love, I do it all for love. I'm stunned, yeah, baby, you're the lightning, breaking through the silence, no way to escape. A perfect storm on the horizon, no, we shouldn't try to fight a tonight, tearing words apart in the shadows, out of sight. Voices softly rise, whisper truths that never die. tonight, tearing words apart in the shadows, out of sight. Voices softly rise, whisper truths that never die. Million echo hearts, bringing back the light.
into the sunset, colors in the sky, lost here in the magic, bathing golden light. Salty air is kissing, worries start to fade. Another perfect moment, the memory we made. Although time is running fast, we can make this summer last. Yeah, dive into the sunset, waiting for the night. Every single heartbeat ready to ignite. Dive into the sunset, sunset, sunset. Dive into the sunset, waiting for the night. Every single heartbeat ready to ignite. Salty air is kissing, worries start to fade. Another perfect moment, the memory we made. once again. When you see me in the light, we'll be shadows in the night. If the world comes to an end, I'll be with you once again. We will never have another last goodbye. In a lonely world, living in a lonely world, I found a friend, I found a friend. In a hollow world, living in a hollow world, I found a friend, I found a friend in Jakarta. In Jakarta. In Jakarta. In Jakarta. If the world comes to an end, I will find you once again. I'll be right here by your side till the end and afterlife. If the world comes to an end and every moment came and went, I'm so happy that I have you by my side. In a lonely world, living in a lonely world, I found a friend, I found a friend. In a hollow world, living in a hollow world, I found a friend, I found a friend in Jakarta. If the world comes to an end, I'll be with you once again. We will never have enough.